What is up, you guys? What is up? What is up? Went ahead and jumped on a little early. Austin will be on with us in just a little bit. Let me adjust my light. Just wanted to jump on and get you guys in here and get you talking. And Austin will be with us in just a little bit. Just texted him. He was handling some stuff with his sister. So, what is up with all of my people tonight? Give you guys some time to jump in, say what's up. Forgot my drink. What's up, John Costin? What's up? What's up? What's up? You doing all right, bro? How's the audio sound? I just had to do a reconfiguration on my microphone. Is it clear or is it echoey? Tell me about it, man. What you think? How's it sound? Yeah, man. Anytime. How does the audio sound? Okay, yeah, I got you. Thanks, man. Oh Lord, what's up, everybody? Let's see. Michael Branch, what's up? Big Rob, what's up, dude? Danny Crane, Eric Sanchez, what's up? Yeah, Austin's gonna be with us in just a little bit, man. He was dropping his sister off. I just jumped on a little early to get you guys all fired up. See if I can answer any questions that you guys have, or just chit chat. Yeah, happy Father's Day to all you guys too. 870 House Wash Pro, what's up, man? Appreciate you guys jumping on. What are you guys up to, man? We got a pretty good week coming up, man. We got a big roof to do tomorrow, a roof and a house wash to do Tuesday, and then I've got to leave out first thing Wednesday morning, bright and early. We made it to state championships, so my son and I will be tearing out to go to it. They've got 2 games Wednesday and 1 game Thursday for the final. So if they win every game, then we'll be done in 3 games and we'll get to come home and life will return to normal for just a little bit. But yeah, that's what this week's got going on. Big Rob, I was looking for a specific video you put out a while back. Which one is that, brother? We are the sons of God. Good, brother. Keep giving good content. Thank you for taking out of your own time. Have a blessed day. What was your best marketing lane? Yeah, I see all you guys. Happy Father's Day, man. Yeah, Big Rob, I'll get to you in just a second. What was the best marketing lane? Um, Honestly, guys, I'm in a really small rural area, and word of mouth is really huge down here. Facebook has been a huge help. We did yard signs for a little bit, and then we just kind of quit doing them because they cut the sides of the roads with these big tractors down here, and they just chop them up. I've tried putting them up in other places. People take them up, they just mess them up. So it's just a continuous spending of money for the yard signs. So mainly just Facebook, Google, and word of mouth, those types of things. Let's see, Big Rob, you're talking about the video I made pertaining to burning plants and flowers. Yeah, it's on there, dude. We had done a roof and made some mistakes and burned some bushes. Oh, I mean, they were bad. You guys saw them. But what it was is it was springtime, so all of the new buds had come out, and we put a very corrosive substance on them with the bleach, and I didn't rinse properly. I mean, I know what I did wrong. It did not kill the bushes, but it burned them pretty good. Bleach has to get all the way down into the roots to actually kill the plant. Some plants are different. These are hedges, most thankfully. So that was a good thing. So yeah. Happy Father's Day to all you guys. What's up, Wild West? Roy Hill, I see you, man. Kentucky Wash Pros. How's the Ram doing? I love my Ram, dude. My Ram's awesome. I want to get a 2500 next. Those things are just sick. What's up, Nick Crad? Roy Hill, you ever use the app Nextdoor? Nope. I don't have enough neighborhoods in my area. Uh, I haven't tried it, man. Honestly, it doesn't seem like it works good for my area. Big Rob, you had burned some landscaping. I just burned up some landscaping. How did you handle it? And what did you say to the client? Um, what kind of landscaping did you burn up? Was it flowers or was it hedges? What'd you do? Leaf burn doesn't necessarily mean that you killed the plants. If it's a Japanese maple or something like that, or a real sensitive flower, there's a good chance that you probably did damage it. But I would show them that you care and show them that you were going to go around and keep checking on it to see if there's any way possible to make it better. Those types of things to see if it's going to come back. I would highly recommend that the customer turn their turn their vegetation on. Yeah, turn their sprinklers on if they've got sprinklers, or turn on some kind of water hose that's going to keep all of that wet, and just keep it hydrated. And a lot of times it'll come right back. Jay Rackner, what's up, bud? Yeah, Austin's going to be on in just a little bit, guys. Talking to him now. Let's see what he says. Let's see. He said he'd be on just a minute. He's probably having to fix his hair or something. I don't have that problem. But yeah, we did burn those bushes up pretty good. And I think we've messed up a rose bush. I think the only plant that we've actually killed was a rose bush. But it was in a bad spot, and I just didn't pay attention to it. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to mess up some stuff. Big Rob, flowers and possibly more. The gutter bags broke. I watered the crap out of it, but a lot was spilled. Have you already seen the damage? I mean, because a lot of times if you've watered it, I mean, it may be okay. If you've already seen the damage, then biggest thing is just, get with your customers and treat them like you care. I mean, as long as people see that you care, you're usually pretty good. 4 out of 6 of my gutter bags broke. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. Ash K. Nath, what's up, man? Just an example of what I'm talking about, guys. I paid somebody $5,000 to come and tear out my shower in my house because we realized that we had a leak and we had a little bit of mold and mildew growing behind our jet tub. So I hired a company, paid them $5,000 to come in. They were like supposed to be one of the best companies. And now I'm having to do a stop payment on the last check that I gave them because my crap is not right. They won't answer texts. They won't answer phone calls, return voicemail, none of that, and I've got they could call me today and be like, hey, we're going to come back tomorrow and fix them. I'm going to tell them, no, you ain't, because they clearly don't care. And my money's not good enough, apparently. So I'm going to stop my money and they can just eat it and take me to small claims court. I hate to be like that, but I'm going to be like that. I mean, it's a big investment. And if you're going to screw me over, then I'm just going to handle it. So that's the biggest thing is just communicate with your customers. Let them know, hey, it was just a freak occurrence. If we've got to replace some plants and flowers, that's what we will do. But let's give it some time. Let's watch them, see if they come back. Because a lot of times they will. Who was that? Roman, what's up, dude? Where are we at? Kentucky Wash Pros. How many washes have you done so far this year? A lot, bro. Hold on, I can tell you how much we've done. Roy Hill just got an Evergreen 1500. Hold on one second. Austin's having some technical difficulties. Got an Evergreen 1500 PSI. That's good for porches, etc. Yeah, I mean that's plenty, man. Like front porches, concrete porches. What kind of porches are you talking about? Who was that? Kentucky Wash Pros. Give me just a second, bud, and I'll tell you what we did. Can't tell you how many houses we've done without actually going in there and counting it. Let's see here. Roman, can I clean roofs with a downstream injector? Austin's going to be the one to answer that for you because I saw that he did that the other day. Let's see what we got. My business. Let's see where we're at. That is not the right one. There's Austin Davis.
What's going on?
Welcome.
I'm here.
We're chit-chatting.
We're chit chatting. I figured it out. I'm not
Yeah.
as dumb as I might seem. I'm
Yeah.
logically a little need help sometimes.
I got you, buddy. I'm trying to answer a question real quick. Let's see what I got here. Who was that? That was Kentucky Wash Pros. Give me one second. He asked me how many houses we've done so far this year. Give me just one second. We'll jump you in here. Oh Lord, I can't freaking find my crap. Anyway, one of these guys, dude. If you guys don't know who this is, Kentucky Wash Pros. I'll get back to you in just a second, man. We got 27 of you guys home. If you guys don't know this handsome fella right here that's jumping on, it's Mr. Austin Davis. He's going to be one of the biggest YouTube channels as far as our genre, our niche, whatever you want to call it. Good dude. He's got a really good business going on out in Texas. You're supposed to put your hand over your heart before you say Texas, I think. But, good guy. If you guys have not went and checked out his channel, dude, he's got some awesome content. And one of these people right here had a question that I think you can answer because I actually watched one of your videos, and his it's right. You can see the comments over here, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Roman. It says, "Can I clean roofs with a downstream injector?" You and I had talked about that.
Here we go.
I think that you would be the one to answer that one, dude, because I haven't tried it. I don't use a downstream injector just yet. I have, but I'm still on my gas-powered soft wash. I love the thing.
Yeah. Well,
so go ahead, bro.
Well, as more that I talk to people, some of the answers to these what would seem like easy questions can be very different depending on where you live and stuff. I talk to people up in the Northeast, and what they tell me how they clean stuff is just different. The climate, what you're cleaning. There's so many different materials and stuff. And as I've just talked to people, I'm using cleaning vinyl. I was like, I haven't touched a vinyl house, and I couldn't even tell you how long. Where some of these guys are doing. So it just depends what you're cleaning, but. In my experience with metal roofs, I haven't seen one that was so dirty. So you might have to soft wash it. But all the ones that I've dealt with, it's been light enough where I can downstream it, let it sit for a few minutes, and then I can just go back and just exjet rinse it, or just rinse it with a high flow tip, and it comes out perfect. And so, I've had experience where I've burned metal roofs with using too high. But I guess everyone has different experiences.
Yeah. One of the things I'll say about the metal roof washing is, especially in the summertime, is try to keep it wet, because those metal roofs will flash.
For sure. Oh my goodness.
I didn't know anything about that when we first started, and then I'm why does it look like that? I had a guy actually call me, and he was ugly about it. But the before and after pictures that I had taken, everything looked good. You could tell it looked a lot better. But he swore up and down that I had damaged his roof, and I went and looked at it and everything, but I hadn't. But it had flashed. That's all it was.
Yep.
So
I'm just trying to get people, because sometimes I talk to people like, man, I would sometimes go to sleep almost this is back when I didn't know what I was doing. I'd go to sleep and be scared, waking up like, man, I hope what my process is going to do works. And so now I'm just like, hey, look, even if you don't think it's going to work, start on a low percentage and go up from there. It's just the best thing to do when you really, truly have no idea what you're doing.
And that's one thing we had to do too, man. We were just so scared to waste bleach that we just went out there and we're just like, whatever. And we just nuked it. We nuked everything.
Oh my Lord.
I think the first big shingle roof that we did, that roof hadn't been cleaned in probably 27 years. It had all kinds of fun stuff on it. But we went out there with that old Northern Tool soft wash system that I had, dude, and we nuked it. Too. I guarantee you it was probably 9 or 10% that we hit it with, dude. It was nuclear.
And, I think your video way back when, before I was videoing, is what made me get one. Because I got one, and man, that thing was nice. I mean, I thought it was nice.
It was good, dude. I had the trailer that I have. You had to pick it up and set it off, and it got a little heavy because I had the big deep cycle marine battery in it and all that good stuff. But anyway, tell us, guys, give us just a few minutes. I want to get you guys knowing who Austin is real good first. That's one thing I'm going to start doing on my channel, guys, and I'd like your feedback on it. I'm thinking about really pushing like a podcast for this thing.
Yeah.
Because the information that I have, what works for me, may not be what's going to work for you in your area. I'm in Georgia. He's in Texas. It may be a little different, just like people in South Florida. They've got all those Spanish tiles and all that stuff. I haven't washed anyone. I don't think I've ever seen one in my area. but it just gives us a different perspective from different people. What works for him, what hasn't worked for him. I may learn something from him. He may learn something from me. I may have some of you guys on if you guys want to jump on and chit chat. It's just it's a community, man. That's one thing I love about this business is that people are, for the most part, are willing to help and answer questions and those types of things. So awesome, man. Give us your backstory, dude. Tell us how you got into this business. I mean, you had what, 6 million sitting on the side and you just got bored? No.
Well, yeah, right. I would. Oh man, I had some frustrating times trying to do this thing, man. I love kind of chit chatting about it, but no, I guess I'm 26 now. Just turned 26. I got into this on the tail end of my 21st. I was 22. I was working in the car business, selling Volkswagens for a year. And I was making good money, man. I got into the Volkswagen. Because I was at a point in my life like, man, I gotta get somewhere making more money. And then the only thing I knew was, man, I gotta get into a high paid job. And so the only thing I knew how was without a degree was to go sell cars. Be that car salesman guy, right? And doing that for a year, I had some success in it, and got to a point where I was working a lot of hours. Like I was making my money, and then I was like, okay, now I'm just working a ton of hours, and I didn't have time from the dogs. My weeks revolved around Thursdays and Sundays were my off days, but Sundays I had to go in on Thursdays, and so it was really like one day a week. I just kind of got tired of the rat race a little bit, but I totally appreciate the guys that are out there just like totally working their butts off. I love that. Just me internally, I was like, man, I just feel like the months just go by so quick.
Yeah.
And I was on YouTube sitting on my desk on a slow day, and I came across one of Justin's videos, Forever Self-Employed's videos. And I wasn't even typing in pressure wash. I just came in on my recommendations. And I watched it, and he had made like $300
on a driveway or something.
On a driveway. And
Yeah.
this is back when he was like doing it himself with his equipment and his van and stuff. And I was like, this dude, and I was like, I'm older than this guy. And I was like, this guy's out there doing it, and I'm over here sitting on my desk trying to make $300 in a whole day trying to sell someone a car. And I was like, man, and that's what kind of started me down that path. I think it was like probably 2 weeks later after watching some of his videos and discovering some other people's content. It's like, man, I'm gonna go do this, and what the hell? I'll make it like a weekend thing on my Sundays, because I knew some people around the neighborhood, and my mom and dad in real estate, so I was like, man, maybe I'll get some of their clients that might want some services done. So that's how I started, man. I was working in the cars. And then I was going probably 2 or 3 months with my little pressure washer on Sundays. I wasn't working every Sunday, but here and there I'd do a couple jobs. I definitely did all my friends and families for free, getting all those before and after pictures. And then I started having some of my mom's and my dad's clients call. I made my Google My Business, and I'll throw that website up there. Let's see what happens with it. And I was probably working a few months in the car business, and then I was car business and doing the pressure washing at the same time. And I think I was probably 6 months in the car business when I was like, man, I started to get a little busy, but it wasn't busy enough where I can completely leave. And this is what I don't recommend. Like, I left at a bad time. I probably should have stayed a little bit longer, get a little bit more financially secure. But for me, I was like so excited. I was like, man, like I can really do this, and I can just work on getting busier, and I'll be okay. Well, I left the car business probably the worst time, and then we immediately came into a winter. I was coming off in August where I was actually doing some business with pressure washing, and I immediately quit, got into the winter, and obviously I was slow, so I struggled a lot. But I've been since then. It's been about almost 3 years that I've been doing this pressure washing thing. It's been a lot of ups and downs, discovering a lot of things, messing up quite a bit. I didn't film. I've been doing this whole YouTube thing for about a year and a half. I didn't film my whole first year and a half of pressure washing. I wish I would have, because I would have there would have been a lot of funny times. Not to ramble on, but I always every time I'm on the phone, I tell the story. I was like, man, I didn't know what I was doing. One of my first ever house washes, I got all my stuff, I'd get to the house, and if I didn't know what I was doing, I'd run back to my truck, get on YouTube, like, why isn't this coming up? Like, find a video, like, okay, I learned something, go back to the house, like, all right, let's try this. Like, that didn't work. I'll go back to my truck, look for something else. And like, that's how I started rough. And really, that's why I push now. Is like, man, like, one of the most important things you can do is like really become an expert in what you're doing. And that way you have the confidence level to go up there and like know that you're going to be able to do what you've been paid to do. So
yeah, well, that's a perfect example of someone who is dedicated to what they want to do. They want to do it. I'm sure you still do the same thing. I stay on YouTube, man. I'm constantly trying to learn new things.
Absolutely.
I'm not real big on having a lot of chemicals on my trailer. I don't like mixing a lot of chemicals. I don't like messing with a lot of chemicals. So
Yeah.
I do slack on that part. But I mean, even not just YouTube. I mean, like TikTok, dude. TikTok is a great tool, dude. I mean, seriously, I learned something the other day and actually ordered some stuff. Some guy was on there, and I don't know who he is, don't know where he's from, dude, but he had an awesome thing. There's like a roll of tape that you can buy that actually has, you just tape it, and then there's like 48 inches of plastic that falls out from under it.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I got it. I'll have to send you the link to it, but just things like that, dude. So on your business, you've been in business, what, 3 years now, about the same amount of time as I have. If you could, I have people ask me all the time, dude, if you could go back and start over, what would you start with? What would you change? Those types of things. For me, it's like I would go back and, honestly, I guess we got a cheat code. I mean, we did get the Illumimax Pro from Cody. I mean, that was a huge, that was light years ahead of what we were going to do. And that was a whole different.
I wanted one of those suckers so bad too.
It's awesome. I have no complaints about it. I still use it every single day. It was a game changer for our business. But if I could have went back, instead of having that Northern tool system, I would have actually took the time and built me a bigger soft wash system, because that 13 gallons don't last very long. And
okay, so if you could go back, you do some minor equipment changes.
I would probably go ahead, because I knew that once I started this and I got those first couple checks and I realized that it wasn't even lunch and I was done for the day, and you've made $500 in a morning and then $1,000 in a morning or more. And it's just like, yeah, I'm sold out on this.
Yeah,
man.
sure.
It's stupid.
This is where I also taught people where it depends on where you live and stuff too. Cause like, some of these people in these small towns, man, there's maybe one guy, or maybe there's no guys. I mean, that person has you're perfectly able to go in there and everyone knows everyone.
Yep.
You see a truck. If you see a truck go down the same road, like, oh, that's that guy. When you're in a big city, it can get tough. But some things work for some areas, some things don't work in other areas.
Yeah.
So I'm finding more and more location has a little bit to do with it. As far in terms of like advice,
Right.
Some things just don't work, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
But let's see if I had to go back, man. I think for me, if for me it was thinking I could do the online thing myself and not getting someone to help me, or getting at least some external opinions on my website or anything. I went with the GoDaddy thing for that whole year. Really, I've been doing it for 3 years. A whole year on GoDaddy site, and I'm just thinking, and not doing. Oh my goodness. Okay, not doing, not caring about reviews and not having, keeping track of my customers.
Yep.
I mean, I would get jobs and like, boom, off Messenger, boom, here's the invoice paid. Never talk to them again, or like I just.
Nope.
I don't know what I was doing. I guess I was just so like into into the actually doing the work and stuff. But customer retention definitely. That's a whole year's worth of customers that I could have had. I could have been constantly doing
repeat business.
Yeah, repeat business, and then not getting someone like a Footbridge or the people that I work with in charge of my website, like getting some kind of online presence a year ahead, because that's a whole another year of domain age and Google recognizing you. I mean, these are just things that I never capitalized on when I first started. I was just worried about how do I go get a job? Well, I got to go out and call someone or find someone or knock on someone's door or put a flyer out. Like I was ignored the online thing a little bit.
Yeah, all you guys that are on tonight, and if you're taking notes, definitely listen to what Austin's saying. What he's saying is, when you first start out, make sure that you keep up with your customers. Like I use the customer factor. I've got their address, the names of their dogs. I mean, all types of information. As much. That's why I like when you call a company and you're asking for information. They're like, cool, let me get some information from you first, because they want that information because they want to be able to contact you later on down the road. So, and there's companies that I know that I've talked to that they won't even give people an estimate if people won't give them an email. If the customer won't meet you in the middle, then they're most likely not going to buy from you anyway. So keep track of your customers. I started off everything and I was storing everything in QuickBooks, and then my QuickBooks got jacked up. I actually had to start a whole new QuickBooks, and I lost every bit of that information from the whole first year. Thankfully, those people, a good bit of them, kept calling back. And you know, like what he's saying, those people are your network, and you'll hear it time and time again in business. Your net worth is your network. Your network is your net worth. And what that means is Austin goes and does a house in a really nice neighborhood that the people are super excited about it. They're going to go tell everybody they know in their network. And you never know. I mean, we've watched like senators and Congress people's houses because we watched some little small job somewhere else. I mean, so keep up with your customers, treat everybody awesome, make them feel special. Whatever you got to do, just keep up with it. That's what Austin's saying. It's one of the things he would have done better. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Uh,
Cool.
yeah, and then learning how to ask for reviews. You know,
Yeah.
I've actually been slack. I mean, I got a decent amount. Like I think I have 80 reviews, but I just
I've only got 53.
oh really? Well, I feel like well, I don't know. I think a common thing I see in my Facebook group, and people I read a lot of I read a lot of people's comment sections and stuff, trying to figure out what people are having issues with. And like one thing I've been reading is like, man, how do I get a customer to leave me a review? I asked them about leaving me a review. I send them a follow up link. And then there comes a point in time where you can't just annoy them for a review. I mean, they can either do it or they won't. But I saw a pressure washing guy on I forgot. I would love to give him credit. I forgot who he was, but I was watching a video of his. And he said that this is how I ask for my customers. I say, sir, was my did everything come out the way it was supposed to? I'm like, great. Well, here, check it out. I'm gonna send you a link. It'll only take you 2 minutes. It's a rating for our Google review system. You see, my family lives and dies on these reviews. So if you have 2 seconds, I'd really, really appreciate a review from you. He says he mentioned his family and like our family lives and dies all these reviews. And so he said that I don't know, it's a nice little like word track right there. I was like, man, so I bet if I just show a little bit more like empathy and like
Yeah.
more concentration on the reviews, I might get them to do it. But most times I leave a job and I just send the link, and sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't.
The biggest thing is that a lot of the people, they can't remember their password. We were talking about the last time I went live. A lot of people just can't remember their password to get on their Google account to leave you one. So I've got like 53 on Google, and I think like 20 something on Facebook. So if you ask people to give you a review, I've actually got a link that I send them that leads right back to my Google, my business.
Nice.
And a lot of times, dude, you can actually work that into your price. You can be like, look, we usually charge this amount, but if you're willing to give us a review at the end, we'll knock off $25.
I like that idea. I like that.
$25 is nothing if you get another job off.
Sure, and then sometimes, sometimes like, hey, can you just hit my back porch too? Like, yeah, of course, with no charge. Let's just leave you a nice review at the end. I'm good with that deal. So yeah, absolutely. I think the time spent to do something little like that is, to get a review if they can hold their end of the bargain and actually do the review. That's a good deal.
Cool, man. Let's get to some of these questions because they're stacking. We got 39 of you guys on. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Austin Davis. If you guys have not seen his channel, then I suggest that you go check him out. He's blowing up like crazy. I think he's got like 11,000 subscribers now because he's a boss. And he's got some cool things going on his channel. Really good content. And I think you guys can learn a lot from him.
Happy Father's Day, by the way.
Yeah, man. I got a few. That's where all my hair went. That's where all these.
Yeah. How are the kids in the family?
Dude, I didn't hear what you said.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Good God, I got a lot of. Hold on. Let's try to catch up here. Let's see. All right. Back to Kentucky Wash Pros. He asked me how many washes I've done so far this year. Dude, I only work till lunch every day. And I'll show it to you real quick. I can't show you exactly how many houses we've done, but we've done. It probably won't show up there, but it's not showing up.
The lighting's not good.
It's not going to show up. Anyway, for this year to date, we have done. Give me 1 second. This year to date, and like I said, we only work till lunch every day, guys. We don't do all that 3 and 4 houses a day stuff. We've done $61,200 so far this year. I'm happy with that. Some of you guys are like, man, that's trash. Hey, that's cool, man. Do you? So that answers that one, dude. I don't know how many houses that was, but let's see.
I don't even know how many houses. Yeah, I don't keep track of that.
I try to do
track of it, but I don't know the number.
Yeah, I try to do one a day at least. Let's see. Jay Rackner. Okay, look, this is where I'm at right here, dude. If you want to scroll up, you can figure out where we're at. It says, okay, look, I have a rose bush. Let me just put it up here so you can see it. Boom.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, nice.
I have a rose bush in my yard and put 10% out of a pump up on it. Trying to kill it.
I have a rose bush in my yard.
That's a bad rose bush because I have nuked a rose bush before.
I'm gonna kill it, and I think it would sped up the growth process. I think there might be a little bit of broken English. I'm trying to figure out what's going
He's
on.
basically saying he put 10% out of a pump up sprayer on a rose bush, trying to kill it.
Oh, he tried to kill it.
And it sped up the process. All right, so we saw that one. I mean, that's just one of those things, bro. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Let's see. I see you guys. John Costin. That's a good point right there, dude. He says where he lives, people are just scared to have the roof cleaned. This is where you've got to educate your customers, man, because if there's a thing in business, I say it time and time again, that people have to know, like, and trust you. If they know who you are, they've seen your branding, they've seen your advertisements or whatever like that, then they've got to get to where they like you. And that just comes by talking. And then they got to trust you. The trust comes in with how you educate them. I've had a lot of people, especially in my area, they're a bunch of old country people. And, I've even made posts on Facebook, the before and afters of shingle roofs we've done. And people have literally went on there and commented, yeah, and you knocked all the rocks off the shingles. And that's like, no, sir. And you have to educate those people. And those people actually ended up hiring us to do a shingle job for them. You just got to articulate to your people, man. Look, this is our process. This is how we do it. It's recommended by the dang shingle manufacturers. I mean, it's a process.
Yeah.
Educate them. And, and you can do that through ads. You can do that through posts on Facebook. You stay active. You can share. If you've got a website, go in there and do a blog and lead it back to your Facebook business stuff. Any advice for those people like that, Austin?
No, I was just gonna say I just echo what you just said. It's all about education and letting them know. I'll do estimates. And people will be. I'll go, let's say, on a concrete estimate, and I look at the house like, oh, you got some issues on the house. Have you thought about doing any of that in the future? And they go, oh yeah, well I can't have any of that pressure wash because it's bad for the siding. Like, oh well, actually, man, that's not how we do things. It's a new industry standard. It's not like back in the old days. We use special soaps and detergents. It's going to safely remove all the organics, same spiel we all know. And, and
biodegradable.
Yeah. And then they look at you and like, what? It's like, well, and then they just, they learn something. And then, when people learn something from other and it clicks in their mind and it makes sense, they trust you a little bit, like you just said.
Mm-hmm.
So, education can be actually a really highly useful tool as far as closing someone on a deal. If you just go, this is what I talk to people all the time. If they just go and give an estimate and they leave, there was no other talking. There wasn't any education going on. They'll just say like, hey, that's the bid to clean it. Whereas the next guy comes in and he might get a similar bid, or maybe it's a higher bid, but that guy who gave a higher bid told him exactly how they're going to do everything, said how it's going to get clean, what we're going to use, this is how we're going to protect your stuff, we're going to tape all everything. And then he was spoken like a true professional. So,
right.
That's just, like you said, you got to talk, you got to know what you're doing.
It's the same thing with going to a dentist or something. And you need a dental work. Yeah, we're gonna pull your tooth tomorrow. Well, you know what I'm saying? Or you're just like, or they can come in there and actually explain the process. This is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it, and this is what to expect afterwards. It's all about just setting the expectations, delivering those expectations, and then checking back to make sure that you delivered on the expectations.
Yeah, even touching on the expectations. I think setting expectations with the customer is literally one of the most important things you can do.
Yep.
I mean, when I get there, now what I do when I get there is, because I've been burned in the past, I look at a house, it's like, hey, what was your expectations of what you wanting to accomplish here? Because I might look at the algae and say, yeah, those algae is going to get cleaned, but then the customer looks and like what he's thinking is getting clean is what is actually some imperfections or oxidations in the paint. He thinks that's going to get clean, and if you don't have an open conversation with them up front, like I've pulled up to a house. And I'm like, man, this place is clean. What am I doing here? And I said, hey, look, sir, just get the expectations straight. Like, what were you saying to be done today? And like, oh, well, all this stuff right here. See how it's like faded right here, and it's got this etching. I'm like, sir, that's just how the concrete was poured. Like, I'm here to do organic dirt daubers. And then I left on actually just doing the driveway. I didn't even get to do the house. The house was a big, expensive house, but he actually left me a good review because I kind of pointed out. So I was like, hey, look, that's not going to be. We're not going to be able to fix any of that.
Yep. And that's exactly right, man. You got to set people's mind at ease. I mean, in setting those expectations and talking with these people, some of you guys that are new to the business, you haven't really been out there yet, you're going to understand that probably 80 to 85% of the people you talk to are going to be the wives, the women of the house, because usually either guy's working and he don't want to deal with it, something, and the wife handles everything like most houses. But go ahead.
You setting their minds at ease sets our minds at ease, because sometimes if I don't talk to them and I clean a house, like sometimes like, man, there was some other stuff going on. I didn't have that conversation up front. I sure hope what I did was up to their expectations. And I leave and like, well, what's going on here? Like, well, that's technically not in the organic growth soft washing process. Well, oh, that's kind of what we hired you to do. It's like, shit, I didn't have that conversation up front. And so you'll get burned. And then sometimes, they're unhappy and, always have the conversation up front.
Well, that conversation up front, especially with women, if you'll just listen, a lot of times they'll tell you the main things that they want fixed. Sure, and it could be just a stain around the floor mat on the back porch. I mean, they're not going to get out there. Most times they're not going to get out there and walk around and make sure every spider web egg is off or spider eggs. They want what they can see, especially if they have people over all the time. We've got a customer that we do her house every quarter. She gets her house washed.
Wow.
And the biggest thing she's concerned with is the spider webs around the kitchen window, because she has to look at them. And the where the back porch is, where the algae builds up on the back door steps, and the doormat.
So does it stay relatively clean every time you come back?
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's literally we're putting like a 0.5% bleach on it with mostly soap, just so it grabs a hold of the spider webs.
That's cool.
But it's a property that I would probably want to maintain too. I mean, it's probably $600,000-$700,000 house down here, which is probably $2 million out there with you guys.
Wow.
Yeah. But anyway, let's keep going here. Joseph Hollowell wanted to know. I'm sorry, Roy Hill wanted to know if a 1500 psi pressure washer was good enough for concrete sidewalks, wooden decks, and there was something else. Is it good for porches? Oh yeah, concrete porches, those types of things. Where am I at? I just lost my entire. I just lost it.
I don't even know what pressure washer does 1500 psi. It's probably less. It's probably some like electric one.
It'd be one for like detailing cars or something. PSI is not as important as gallons per minute, especially like with concrete cleaning. I've learned that flow seems to be better than PSI, because you don't want a whole lot of PSI on concrete, especially if it's older concrete, because you'll knock some stuff loose. But we stick around 3,800 PSI. That's about as high as I go.
Let's see.
I've cleaned metal roofs.
Jeremy Marsh said he's the legend of pressure washing.
Yeah,
he might be. Big Rob.
Yeah, that's Big Rob. Ben Worth, I see you, man. Roman wants to know, would an X-Jet be better? He was asking somebody else that. Let's see. Thank you guys for supporting. I see all you guys. Trust me, I see you. Let's see. What's the other guy's YouTube channel? What is the what's the link to it there, Austin?
I believe it's just Austin Davis 24 or Austin, or that's the link, but my channel is just Austin Davis.
There, I'll put his name up there real quick at the bottom. Just type in Austin Davis, man. You'll find him. He's on there.
Yeah, you'll find me.
Let's see. The Fun Family says, keep motivated, keep hustling. Kentucky Wash Pros. Rule of thumb on painted metal roof is to wash as early as possible, preferably 7 to 8 a.m. On an overcast day, always pre-wet metal roofs first. Absolutely. Jeremy Marsh is in North Georgia. Roy Hill, East Tennessee. Fun Family Miracle Pressure Washing Services, LLC in Central Florida, $5,500 a week. Homeowners Association letters are keeping us busy. Good for you, man.
Homeowners Association letters? Huh.
I don't mess with homeowners associations. Not yet. Let's see. Christopher Dodds.
Flow Pro on my new Southeast Soft Wash skid.
Yeah.
You keep up with do you keep up with what's his name? Joe Deary? You know him though?
Oh,
you don't know Joe Deary, Powerful Improvements? You kidding me?
Mm-mm.
Oh my goodness, you gotta check him out. I learned like almost everything I know about pressure washing from that.
Yeah. Powerful Improvements. Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Yeah. He uses.
Let me look it up on my phone and make sure I'm looking at the right.
Yeah, he uses a Flow Pro. That's cool. I've heard the Southeast soft wash skits, they don't do downstreaming. It's just soft washing, huh?
It's the one I've got is just downstream. I mean, all you got to do
Oh,
is
there is
I'm not.
downstream
I'm sorry. It's just soft wash.
soft wash. Yeah, they don't do downstream.
Um, but I mean, you can hook it up. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. You just have to add some other stuff to it.
Right.
Um, Powerful improvement. I think that's exactly who I was. I know who you're talking about, man. I've seen his channel. I think everybody who's been doing this stuff.
Yeah. He's,
A Flow Pro. What is that now? I don't think I know that one.
a Flow Pro is basically
Oh
so
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I have a remote downstream injector, but the problem is if I'm not on the injector and I turn the soap off, the water still has to fly through the injector, which quote unquote can lessen the flow. So instead of me doing 8, I'm doing like 6.5, 7 gallons a minute. Whereas the Flow Pro will basically bypass the injector. So when you're off the soap, it works as like a bypass injector bypass kit. So you still get the 8 gallons per minute or whatever gallons per minute you're using, the full flow. So I mean, I don't know. Some people make a big deal. Oh well, you need the Flow Pro because you get an extra gallon. I mean, seriously, I'm moving quick enough where all that's just fancy for me. So
Let me explain something to every single one of you guys out here, man. There is something for sale every single day. And you can seriously overthink and you can seriously overcomplicate this entire process of washing stuff. You really can.
yeah,
Sir digs a lot. I'm in the gig to make money, and like most, I'm on a budget. What justifies me paying $50 a gallon for a surfactant when there are cheaper and just as effective products? I pay $50 a gallon for my surfactant because I use it probably 1 gallon per month. That's why. Because some of the stuff I was using is like $24, $28 per gallon, and they want you to use a gallon per tank, and that gets expensive. The surfactant that I use from PowerWash.com, it doesn't take just a little bit, and a lot of times you don't even need surfactant, guys. But the one that I use is $50 a gallon, and it may have went up since then, but I can buy it. I can buy a case of it, and it'll last me for months. And I'll have to make a video and show you guys that I'm not making that up. It's just one of those things. Any comment on surfactants being expensive or anything?
yeah. I mean, I don't think someone that's getting in. That's like I believe that guy's the comment went away, but I believe he said he's on a budget.
Yeah.
He said I'm on a budget. I don't even think he should be touching a $50 a gallon of surfactant with a 10-foot pole. I think he should be.
Yeah.
He should draw it like you said. He either doesn't need it, or if you do need it, go with some laundry soap. And I went for a whole year. I was using
The cheapest laundry soap at Walmart on the bottom
literally. I
shelf.
mean, it all works. I mean, like when you think of it, it's not what's cleaning it. It's a helper. It's an additive. It helps it stick on there.
Yep.
And sometimes it smells nice and stuff. So it's
Yep.
just you don't need it, but it's situational, I guess.
Yeah. The only thing I would say about the laundry soap, guys, and the difference between surfactants is the way that they rinse off of glass. Some surfactants I have used, they rinse. I mean, you'll never have to go back and re-rinse the windows. They just rinse off great. And the one that I use is one of those soaps. Laundry soap, I have used it, and a lot of times you'll have to go back and actually put a light scrub on the windows. We do it anyway because we're already there. It's already wet. We might as well get that little bit of extra for our customers. We just take a scrub brush, a real soft scrub brush, and hit the exterior windows while we're there, because that's part of our packaging deal. Because we're like, look, we're going to, soft wash the entire exterior, all exterior walls, soffits, fascia, and we're also going to include a basic exterior window cleaning with your house wash. And people are like, wow. So that's just one of the things we do. Just the way they rinse, man. That's the biggest thing. Let's see. This one's a Texas dude asking you a question, bro. There you go.
I actually know this guy. I believe I've been on the phone with him a few times, maybe, and then I've definitely seen him comment on my videos where he said, "Man, I'm just starting out in Dallas area and tips Austin since you're in Texas as well for a starter. I done put out flyers and Facebook ads for an offer up. No calls yet."
That's a big market. God almighty.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, this is what I tell people that are just getting started in it is just having multiple lines in the water. I'm a fisher. I fish a lot. So having multiple lines in the water. So, Facebook, Craigslist, offer. I don't know about OfferUp. I'd probably stop doing that. I'd probably do the same thing with Craigslist. I'm not too sure about Craigslist either, but Facebook flyers, yard signs were a good one for me. Just having multiple ways to get something. If you're just sitting waiting on one thing, like the people that just get started and like, oh, well, I'm not getting any calls off Google yet. Well, you're probably not going to get calls. Probably not going to get any calls off Google until you have, everything else going for you, until Google recognizes you as an actual,
Yeah.
player in this game. So you need to have multiple fishing lines in the water. So, there's no magic bullet to it. And like I said, it depends on the area. Like if you're in a big city like me, I got a lot of competitors. It's going to be a little bit harder. If you're in a smaller city, like, outside of Dallas in a little town, some small town off a highway, everyone knows everyone, so it's a little easier to get known. But you just gotta hustle, dude. Everything. I loved yard signs when I was doing getting started, and then utilizing real estate for network. Getting all their information is super easy. If you have a nice CRM like I have, like Marquate, you can get all your doesn't matter if it's realtors or property managers or even customers. You can get them all in a special groups, like a real estate group, property management group, clients group. You can do your quarterly messaging and just stay on them. Stay in their ear.
Yeah. Jose, let me ask you a question, man. Do you have like friends? I can talk tonight, I promise. Do you have friends and family on Facebook? I mean, is there some of those people that you could go with the equipment that you have and do their house for free, take a lot of before and afters and post them? I came from a photography background, so that's one thing you got to do is you got to, especially if you're going to be some kind of presence on social media, you've got to have something for people to look at or watch. So you got to have a portfolio. So the quicker you can go out there, even if it's a sidewalk in front of a store, and you get store credit instead of them paying you cash, you're getting out there, you're being seen. Because I mean, I'm sure Austin's had the same thing happen to him. When people see that you're out there doing work, it puts it in their mind that those people are trustworthy because someone hired them. So when they see you out there doing work, a lot of times people just walk up, hey, I saw you guys out here doing this, or I saw you 2 weeks ago at Dairy Queen or wherever you were at, and I want to see if you guys can give us a quote. Just get busy washing something and make sure people see it. Before and after pictures, before and after videos. I mean, whatever. But just blow it up. But you got to have something to post. If you don't have anything to post, then you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Because everybody's got a pressure washer. Homeowners have a pressure washer. You're in the customer service business, man. You got to go out there and figure out. I mean, ride around neighborhoods and just get out and talk to people. I mean, Dallas, I'm sure there's homeowners associations everywhere. I haven't had to deal with them. Austin, you may have, but there's a million places that you can go and find something dirty and offer to clean it, even if it's only for $100, $50. I mean, we got a Dairy Queen. All we do is degrease the front entrance and the side entrance and the driveway right there where everybody orders. It's like $300 a month, and we do it once a month. And
I think realistically, people know. I think everyone knows, but they don't. I'm not sure if it's like, people can get. It's pretty easy to get a little bit lazy. But there's things that people know that they could be doing throughout the day that they know they're not doing that they really should be doing. Like you just said, posting and stuff. Go walk around talking. But I mean, there's just things that they could be doing, like scouting properties. I mean, there's things if you really wanted to, and your back was truly against the wall, and your family's life depended on it, you really could go out there and get a lot of work. But I think sometimes, we're not in that position where we're absolutely necessary. So we're kind of just relying on one or two things. But, if you really did want to really go out there and get it, and like, if you're in that position, you can do it. I mean, you just got to go out there and you got to do everything.
You got to be confident that you can do it. I mean, that big college that we got at the beginning of the year is a $25,000 job. I rode by, saw the roof was dirty.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Dude, I'd have picked up and I called. Anytime you're going to call those places, you always call and ask to the supervisor who handles the grounds and maintenance. And I did that. And they sent me to her. I'm like, hey, I was just riding by. We're certified roof washing people over here. We're, fully licensed and insured. She's like, oh, my God, I've been looking for somebody.
Really?
And we just sent over a bid, and the bid was a little too high. And she actually came back. She's like, look, anything over $24,999, I have to bid it out. So if you can do it for $24,999, it's yours. I'm like, done.
Are you serious?
Phone call. 25 G's, bro. So why not? I mean,
how long did that job take you?
It took me and Trent worked on it for a week. We ran into a problem where the lifts wouldn't get to where we wanted to go. And I wasn't getting on a metal roof that was wet. Trent wasn't going to get up there on the metal roof that was wet. But a friend of mine that has a company about an hour from here, he's like, he'll walk some stuff, bro. And I called him and I subcontracted him out. He went and finished it in 2 days. So, hey, I made money. He made money, and they were happy, and the roof looks great. So win-win for everybody.
Wow. Super
Let's
cool.
see. This guy was giving you a compliment right there, bro. That's Tamuzo Greg V. What's up, man?
Channels, thanks, Scott. Oh, thank you.
Make sure y'all subscribe. 47 of you guys on, man. We got one smash on the like button, dude. Give us some algorithm help right there. Come on.
Is this on YouTube or this is on a separate? Is this going to be posted on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube Live right now and Facebook Live right now.
Okay, great. Okay,
So
cool.
let's see. Servant Soft Wash, what's up? Let's see. Austin, I saw the same. Let's see what that one says.
The guy also suggested that's for a rating instead of review. Okay, we did see the same. Yes, that's what. For some reason, I don't know if it's true, but he was just like, if you ask for a review, it almost looks like a tedious process where if you just ask them to do a quick rating, where it almost sounds like it's just hit the 5 button and then you're good. Whereas a review almost sounds like, oh, you got to type a big thing and let them know how good they did. So I can kind of see.
I put keywords in my reviews, man. When people they say so and so showed up on time, did their job, I'm like, cool. Thank you for choosing us for house washing in X city.
Right.
Keywords. I try them anywhere I can put them, bro. Yeah. Go ahead. Let's see. God almighty. I'm trying to catch up with you guys, man. Doing the best I can here. Let's see.
Christopher Boswell, hey guys, don't budget to get a soft wash system nor a truck. I'll have to do it with the rear carriage.
Rear carriage to my Explorer to transport. He's talking about he's got an Explorer. He's got the hatchback on the back of it.
You think I'm going to start with an X-Jet system? Yeah, dude. Just start however you start with. I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't have any way of applying chemical. You just start how you start. It doesn't matter if you're just doing little small patios. But yeah, I think the X-Jet is actually a really great tool. It's probably the cheapest way that I think I know of outside of just an injector, which is probably cheaper. But the X-Jet will allow you to put greater strengths up there. So the X-Jet, if you really are on a budget, might be the best thing to get.
What I would do, Christoph, I hope I'm saying that right, man, Christoph. I had my brother-in-law, actually, he wanted to get into the pressure washing business. And I told him, dude, just get you a pressure washer and do nothing but driveways. Do nothing but concrete. Because all you need is just a pressure washer and a surface cleaner and a nice tip.
Yeah.
And you don't have to really, there's a lot of times I don't post-treat, man. A lot of times I don't pre-treat. A lot of times I don't post-treat.
Really? I just stopped pre-treating. I literally
pre-treating.
I stopped because I have to. I think that's the flaw with my system. I have to put soap in my soap tank. So whenever I, before I start, but when I pre-treat and I go to do the surface cleaning, it soaps up so much and it's just a soapy mess. And so now I'm just like, man. So I now just started surface cleaning. I can get right to it. Surface cleaning is post-treat, and then I leave. I don't have to wait for a pre-treatment. Yep. And then at 99% of the time, it comes out like the same. So
well, a lot of times, like down here, man, it's 100,000 degrees. I'm sure it's the same where you're at. You go out there and you start pre-treating with bleach. I mean, it's just going to start steaming. It's going to get hot and it's going to be strong.
Oh smelling. Yeah, and then you're walking around all in it.
Yeah. Dude, I'll go out there and I take my ball valve and I just soak the area that I'm getting ready to work. I get all that area wet and it softens all of it up, and then the surface right off, bro.
Yep.
So anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, Christoph, just start with what you got, man. Literally, you could go around doing nothing but curbs for neighborhoods. I mean, find somebody with a small driveway, have a set price. Look, $199 for a driveway. I can do it today. Walk up and talk to people. We're doing nothing but driveway. I know a guy on Instagram. That's all he does is driveways and sidewalks. That's all he does with his stuff, and he makes a killing, dude. So you don't have to jump straight into chemicals. Once you get your bunny up, which you need to be doing as quick as possible, excuse me, then you can start getting into the wizardry. Let's see. Kentucky Wash Pros. I see yours. Let's see. John Costin. I was thinking about posting an ad in the newspaper and on Facebook. I wouldn't bother with the newspaper, man, in this day and age. That's just me personally. I don't read a newspaper. I mean, everything's on social media. Any thoughts on that? I'll post it so you can see it. But
I was thinking about posting an ad in the newspaper and on Facebook.
It's hard to scroll a newspaper, man. People
the newspaper
literally get your news.
That's a waste of time. I mean, if you can post something anywhere and get some eyes on it, Facebook's pretty much a free platform unless you're, advertising. That's the
Yeah.
other thing about Facebook ads and like Google ads. Like sometimes things work. I hear about Facebook ads and how it's just like changing people's businesses. I cannot. I've hired a few different Facebook people trying it on my own. I cannot get Facebook ads or Facebook
Facebook works so good for me.
worth a damn. And then Google ads is like I can't get Google ads either because for whatever reason, people in my town they just scroll right past the Google ad and then they'll just call whoever's on the map pack. I guess people know that whoever because anyone can be on the top of Google if you just
Anybody.
pay. So they do more in research than that. So as far as Google ads and Facebook ads for the most part don't work for me.
On your Facebook ads, are you talking about are you boosting posts? Is that what you're doing?
There's that, but then you can also go into Facebook Ads Manager, Facebook Business Manager, and actually create
the ads never helped me, but the boosts have helped me tremendously. But you've got to literally go in there and you've got to get your target audience set up perfectly.
Yeah, right.
So then I put, I spend $50 a week on Facebook ads, and every time I boost a post, my phone starts ringing.
Really?
And I ask them, "Did you see us on Google?" I'm like, "No, I saw you on Facebook." Or
really? Yeah.
And I always ask, "How did you hear about us?" What
What's funny is whenever I was a year into it, is when I was wheeling around my pressure washer, my soft wash system and stuff. I did one boosted Facebook ad and it filled up my whole week, and I thought I had found the king's ransom with this Facebook ad stuff. And then for whatever reason, I kept doing it, and I did not get any more leads from there, and I still haven't gotten any jobs from Facebook. Outside of that 1 week, like a year and a half ago, I had like 5 or 6 jobs in a single week from Facebook. I don't know.
And that's the difference between locations, guys. I'm in the southeast Georgia, the middle of nowhere. I know everybody in my hometown, those types of things. He's in a bigger market, so it may not work for those types of things. Excuse me. Let's see. I'm trying to get these recommendations. Alejandro Valez, recommendation on using truck bed for pressure washing on a part-time basis. You're going to have to make a choice, bro. I've got a big old nice soft washing skid in the bed of my truck, dude, and there's a lot of times that I need that. I went fishing today and I had to just throw my fishing poles on top of my work stuff.
Oh, so you keep that one system on the back of your truck?
Yeah, I got that the one from Power Wash, I think it's the Stallion. It's a cool system, dude.
You find yourself having to refill that big tank often since it's only 100 gallons?
No, what I do is I run my 12 volts from Southeast Soft Wash over there to it like a feed tank, like a feed line.
Really? So you just keep putting? How does that work?
Well, if I'm going to do a roof, I'll go ahead and I'll put probably about 60 gallons of roof mix in it. And then I'll spray. And as it starts to go down, I'll flip my nozzles so that I got both lines shooting in there.
Oh, gotcha. It's supposed shooting like 6% in there.
Yeah. I go ahead and set everything on my blend manifold on my 12 volt, run it to that big gas power system. I mean, I still use my 12 volts. I do, but if there's a job where I know I've got to hit tall peaks and stuff, I won't even waste my time. I don't have to get my ladder out or nothing. I'll just go ahead and run my lines in, jump off, and knock the house out quick like. So,
I like that.
Alejandro, man, you're just gonna have to make a decision, dude. The things that you're wanting to put in your truck bed, are they going to make you money? If they're not, then you need to put something in your truck bed that is, and then you can solve that problem with another truck later on when you stack your money up. That's what I would do. Let's see. Wild West. If you don't know Wild West, you will. He's everywhere. You see the question?
Yeah. What part of Texas are you from? Austin. I'm from Austin. Yeah.
I got a daughter in Round Rock, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So cool. What's you doing down here?
That's where her mom's from.
Oh, cool.
She's a bartender out there. She was a bartender. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. You may have been to where she worked at. I don't know. Let's see. Where do you get your mixing valves to do soft washing 12 volt? They're everywhere, man. Some people build them. You can buy them. Some of them are expensive. Now the last one I just priced was $900 for the 12 volt system. But you can build them yourself a little cheaper than that. But
it's crazy how expensive these parts are getting and stuff.
I mean, have you seen gas?
Everything, man. I don't know. It's crazy with the prices. Trying to figure out how it's gonna affect things.
Yeah. Let me run through here and just answer some of these questions quickly, just to catch everybody up because we got 50 people on right here. I see you guys, man. If you guys are just tuning in, this is Austin Davis. He's one of my good friends out in Texas, dude. He's got an awesome channel. He just hit like 11,000 subscribers on his channel. He's got great content and he's got wonderful flowing hair. So
That's
I mean,
right.
that's reason enough to
Just
go.
like how my dad used to have it back in the 70s.
Yeah. My hair used to be
I'm
down to
trying to
here,
show
bro.
up Scott today. I even put some oil in it for you.
Yeah. All right, Danny Crane, best pump up sprayer. The best pump up sprayer that I found is the DeWalt pump up sprayer. I've bought $80 sprayers. I've bought $20 sprayers. The DeWalt sprayer is like $38, dude. And I have been using the same one for about 3 months. I haven't had any issues. Wild West says something about a Google. That's something that's so annoying, dude. My Google business page says I'm a house cleaning service, and they will not change it to pressure washing, dude. They need to give us a lot more options for house washing, roof washing, because it sucks. I can't stand it. Anyway, thoughts, comments.
That's why I like having a dedicated like website team. Like if you got one of those guys in your corner, usually they'll know how to that's why you gotta get someone in your corner that can help you with that kind of stuff.
Big Rob, I forgot to tell you, thank you for that donation, man. Big Rob donated to the channel $4.99.
Nice.
Thank you, bud. Let's see. I'll tell you something else, man. That's a good point right there, man. Wild West just said got me as a maid service and not getting any calls because of that. But if you can find a maid service that you can contact and be like, hey, I know you clean a lot of houses. We'd like to clean the outside. And if you clean the inside, we'll refer you and you refer us. It works, man. Yeah. That's just a little side note. Artie's pressure watching from New York. What's up, man? I used to live in Poughkeepsie, New York. Let's see, Scott Ferguson.
You used to live in Poughkeepsie?
Yeah, dude. I lived in Wappingers Falls right there, man.
Oh my goodness! Have you ever seen that? Did you? I just read about the Poughkeepsie killer. Did you ever read about that?
Nah, man. I was ninth grade when I was up there.
Really? Oh man, this happened like in the last 20 years. One of the that's a different thing. You have to look it up.
Let's see. So Musa Gravy says try the gutter cleaning. The gutter cleaning stuff does work. There's actually a roof cleaning option on there. Gutter cleaning does work. Oh Lord, there's your one.
Have you ever seen anyone put downstream? Ever seen anyone put downstream right after the pump normal and right before the gun double draw? I think I know what he's saying. That's
overcomplicating the process.
Yeah, I don't even know if that. Maybe I mean at that point, it's just like, dude, just get yourself a soft wash system.
Just get a soft wash system, bro. It's easier.
Thanks, Keith.
Yep, it's the hair, bro. I'm telling you. S&S Cleaning, what's up? Let's see. Steve from New York here. Hope you're having a great Father's Day. My son is on. Look at my son. He's in there on his iPad.
Was that him?
Yeah. Little dork.
Memphis Able Outdoors.
Yeah.
Look, he's got a big bass. He likes fishing, huh?
Dude, he's got a TikTok. It's got 500,000 views on it, bro. He gets on.
Really?
He's like, I don't like fishing anymore. I don't like fishing anymore. I'm like,
you gotta send me it.
Anyway.
Where y'all fish? You got some local ponds?
Dude, I got some serious ponds, bro.
Man.
Let's see what this one guy says. Spotless abode. I'm doing house soft washing for a client with very hard water. When the water dries and leaves mineral deposits on the soffits gutters. Are they on city water? They got is it well water, city water? What is that?
I actually had a customer tell me that about a week ago when I was doing a house.
Dry soap?
They were asking me about, hey, are you using your own water? I said, yeah, I actually do. I got 200 gallons in my water tank. Just so happen to have a full tank, so I'm gonna be running through that. And then she was like, oh, good, because we have some hard water that's got mineral in it. And I was like, ma'am, I'm in this area all the time. Everyone's on the same water. I don't know what you're talking. I didn't say that, but I was like, okay. But I can imagine if you run into an actual case where that actually is the case, like I said, just having the expectations like, hey, look, you got some bad water. I can only bring in so much water. Eventually there's going to be some, having someone come by and actually probably clean the windows would probably be a good idea. But man, I can't imagine the water being so contaminated where the house just visually looks like it's.
Yeah, the worst one we did had the iron bacteria in the well that looks like it's rust spraying out of it. It was an old church from like the early 1900s. They wanted it washed, and we went and washed it. And dude, I kid you not, I had to actually get them to come and change the filter on the well because my entire water tank had turned brown.
And this is the same water that some people are living off of and stuff.
Dude, I'm serious. One thing I'll ask about that house is what color is it? Because I have seen like on Hardy Board, we did a really nice property that had blue Hardy Board on the side, and we had to go back and rinse it like 2 or 3 times just because it was just weird. The only other thing I could think of, I haven't seen water spots and stuff, is like on vinyl siding and stuff. A lot of times, if it's in morning sun or evening sun, it's got a lot of oxidation on that side, and the house will just be dirty. And when you get done washing it, it'll look like run marks. Have you seen that yet? So one thing that we've figured out to combat that is to wet that siding first with water. And what that does is that actually prevents the oxidation from kind of letting go with the cleaning solution.
Interesting.
Or you can offer up $1 per square foot oxidation removal service.
Yeah, I haven't yet gotten to do that. You know, I've learned some of the things that a lot of people in our industry are using as an add-on service. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just not going to be the guy for that, you know. And I think it's perfect. I think it's really cool if you can just stick to what you're doing and not trying to be everything, because you'll save yourself a lot of headache and stuff. Like sealing, like customers, do you seal it? No, I'm not going to be the guy that does that. Like, can you hard water stains, oxidation? No, man, I'm not going to be the person that does that.
Yeah.
You know, I focus on my services and I stick to what I'm good at.
So I don't advertise the oxidation removal service. I've got the stuff out there to do it. I've got rust remover. I've got LA's Totally Awesome, and that's about all I use, man. We wash roofs, we wash houses and driveways, and that's it, dude. There are people out there that I know that they want to solve every problem in the house washing community. I'm like, go for it, bro. Do it. Not me. I mean, I'm 43, bro, and I've already had 1 heart attack. I'm trying to just make my money, and because that's one thing I will say about this year, dude, is our ticket sales have went up. We stopped doing a bunch of little small kind of dumb jobs, and we've picked up just some. Like tomorrow, we got like a $950 roof wash. The next day is $950. So I mean, we're looking at $2,000 in 2 days. So I'm taking Wednesday and Thursday off.
Nice.
So and then I'm going to come back and work Friday on a small job just to finish up the week, but. You know, don't overcomplicate it. I mean, unless you want to. If you want to go out there and be like Captain Guru with the cleaning stuff, then go ahead. That's not me, man. Let's see here. I see all your reviews, guys. I'm just trying to get to the good ones, so we're already in an hour here. I want to get some questions for Austin here. Oh yeah, there you go. That's your number one issue right there.
Black soffits?
I've never seen black soffits, but it's black, bro.
I've never seen that. I don't think so. Unless you're talking about mold.
Are they metal soffits or what is it? Because sometimes those aluminum soffits, it's the same thing as doing a metal roof. It'll flash on you. And it's regular downtown. It says town water, regular tap water. It's because it's black. If it's in the sunshine, dude, and the bleach, it's actually going to. I guarantee you it's metal. Comment and let me know that it's metal. I want to know if it's metal. And the reason I know that, it doesn't really have to be metal, but we did a house a couple of weeks ago for our local chief of police. And after Trent got tangled up with his really nice gas grill around back and pulled the hose too hard, knocked the entire gas grill over. So I had to buy the man a grill. I had went around there and he had a black refrigerator on the back porch that he was just moving out to his shed. And the sun wasn't up yet. And I mean, we had kind of covered it a little bit. I went around and it was a light mix, dude. I mean, the house, we cleaned it every year. It wasn't really dirty, but the sun came up. As I went around the back and sprayed that, I went around to the side. And by the time I come back, the sun had come up, and everywhere that bleach and soap had hit that refrigerator, it had spotted it up, and there was nothing I could do to get it off. So I actually did that house for free. And like he says right here, it is metal. So what you did, I guarantee you, is you sprayed it up there, and because it's black metal, it got hot, the sun came up, and it flashed on you, dude. And that stuff's, it's going to be tricky to get off, man. I have seen one friend of mine that did a storefront that had a darker darker colored metal frame on it, and it did the same thing. And the only thing that he found that would take it off was some stuff called Diamond Magic. It's used for getting water spots off of glass. It's called Diamond Magic. You can get it on Amazon, but it works really good, and it brought it off. So you might want to try that. But for the future, just realize anything black, if the sun's going to come up, as soon as you spray it, make sure that you are right there, either keeping it wet or you're going to go ahead and rinse it off. So,
yeah, I think the one thing I run into that I always have to be mindful about is stained siding. You know, because a lot of if you like look at the modern builds that people are building, all the new builders are building some stuff in Austin. It'll have like limestone, which is really moldy, and then you'll have like some really nice stained wood siding, nice stained wooden doors, stained wooden pillars, and you know, it's like, man, even the slightest house wash, it just gets it. And so I have to be really careful. You know, sometimes some of these homes are just, man, it can be some trouble.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest things that I can't stand is when people build these really nice houses and they put all that really nice stained or expensive wood up in the ceilings, bro. I'm like, wow.
Yes, like around the house, like that wood.
Dude. They built this entire outdoor entertainment kitchen area, dude. It's got like nothing but stainless everything. I'm like, disaster. And they've got like freaking Israeli sycamore or something, you know what I'm saying? Just some stupid wood up there. Like, oh, and we put speakers. Let's mount speakers right there. And I'm like,
oh, I know. Yeah.
Look how awesome my house is. I'm like, wait till you try to clean it. All right. Perez, what's up from Florida, dude? I see you. Let's see. Angel Medina, I've ordered my shirts from Thin Print. How long did it take you to get? When I got mine, guys, I mean, I got mine probably within a month. But now that we've been advertising for them, I think they're backed up pretty good.
Yeah, it took me about almost 2 months.
Yeah, I think I just caught up. 57 of you guys, man. What's up? You guys just tuning in? 56 of you guys, somebody just left. Austin Davis, man, one of our fellow brethren in the washing industry. He's got an awesome channel. Check him out. If you guys are just tuning in. Edward Reinhardt just bought the AR30 gas powered soft wash system. Cool, man. Welcome to Cadillacville. Hey, man, I love my 12 volt, man. I can't knock my 12 volt at all, but that gas system, bro, I'm telling you, the very next big chunk of money that I spend is going to be on a blend system, gas powered blend system.
Man, I might have to check it out. We'll see.
There, dude. All right, guys, throw some questions. We'll stay on probably another 15 minutes. We're going to get off of here, man. I got work tomorrow. I'm sure Austin's got work tomorrow.
Yep.
And we're going to get out of here. It's only 7:42 right there?
Uh-huh.
Cool. I mean, it's almost 9 o'clock here and you see the sun still up. I mean,
yeah, I was looking at that. It looks like it's coming down though.
Yeah. So I'll go back up real quick and see if there's anything that we can add. Corey Taylor, what's up, dude? This dude right here is in the town next to me, man. It's supposed to be 104 here next week, man.
Mm.
Oh, Lord. Let's see. Throw your questions in, guys. Throw them in. 57 of you guys.
Well, one thing on the AR45 or on the gas pump is because you're using, well, that's probably not the case. I'm trying to figure out if you use more chemical than what you would probably use downstreaming. Do you think that's the case? Because you're sucking in more?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If I was on a budget and I had to go and build a system just to get started, just for washing houses, I would downstream. Just because, I mean, it's kind of easier.
It's the most effective way.
I mean, really. I mean, we use a downstream injector on one house in the middle of the wintertime, and it was awesome. Especially when, you know, I mean, just the gas powered system that I have is just a batch system, and it was $5,000. I mean, you can buy a downstream injector with a pressure washer that you've already got and do some work and make some money, and then stack up and get out there and figure out what actual system that you want. Like the system that I'm going to build is going to be completely different than what Austin may like. You got to find what works for you and roll out. But I mean, don't overcomplicate it. I mean, everybody likes the gas systems. I mean, they do use a little bit more product, but the speed that I kid you not, dude, like my house is right at 1,500 square feet. I could wash, I could probably wash and rinse my entire house in 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid, man. There's somebody that loves it. There's another person that loves it. Let's see. Here's a good question. Diesel soot. Soot is a pain in the rump, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know. People that have these outdoor gas grills and stuff, man, they have all that. Just man, I don't know. I haven't found anything yet that'll take it off.
Yeah, that's out of my wheelhouse too. You're talking about maid work and stuff. They don't know how to do all of that. I wouldn't even know.
Yeah. Degreaser to add to my SH for downstream and how much to add. I have a big building to do with diesel soot. I don't know, bro. You're gonna have to. I'm sure there's a video somewhere how to remove diesel soot from something. I don't know. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing on that one. Let's see. That's a good question. Servant soft wash. Did you see any returns on the parades you were in? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. People, everybody. There was 3,000 people down in our hometown parade, bro. So yeah. Juan Wizard talking about big TikTok star. Yeah, I got 2 videos, bro. I'm rolling it. Let's see.
Yeah.
F-bomb, what's up, bro? Hope you're feeling better, man.
Good old F-bomb. It's twice as much due to the volume of the flow. So, I have a big guy in my town named, I'm not going to say his name, but he's the biggest guy in my town, and I've seen his whole rigs and setups and stuff, and they only use gas-powered with blend manifold, and they go through 100 gallons of bleach. Now, they're working like all day, every day, like multiple trucks, but they go through 100 gallons of bleach on one single trailer in a day. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't care how much work you're doing. There's no way you're going through 100 gallons of bleach in a day. That's a lot. That's potentially 1,000 gallons of just solution if you're using 1%.
Yeah. If you're washing a roof, I could see where that could come in if you're doing more than one.
So that's what I was telling him, like, dude, I think your system just uses so much because if you're downstreaming, there's no way I can see you using that much. I mean, dude, there's no way I go through that much bleach.
I go through about 100 a week, 100 every week and a half.
Wow.
If it's a bunch of roofs now, I'll go through it pretty quick. But
right, yeah.
I
don't do too many roofs. I do a lot of houses though, but I probably go through about 50 to 60 every week. But I don't do that many roofs, just downstreaming everything.
Yeah, it's a lot more cost effective. There's your question.
What is this? I've seen this guy on my channel too. What's the largest residential ticket and how'd you land it? That's a good question. I did my largest ticket that I have yet to do that got accepted. I'm not going to count money before it comes, but that's a $6,000 job I have yet to do yet. But the ones that I've done, probably $3,000. I think I posted it on my channel a few weeks ago. So, yeah, I did. It's the largest residential job I've ever done. I posted on my channel. It was a $3,000 job, roof, driveway that was like almost 200 yards long. And everyone was grilling me in my comments because I should have charged more, which I probably could have. But at the end of the day, I took it as a win just because,
How long did it take you to do that job?
2 days, actually 3, because when I got there, how I planned to attack it was the first day. Okay, I'm gonna do the driveway today. I got halfway through the driveway and my tips on my surface cleaner got clogged. Well, they got clogged. I didn't know it got clogged. I thought it was something to do with my bypass.
Pull the trigger and there's nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing coming up. I was like, what's going on? And so I actually left the job, went down to the power wash store in San Antonio because I thought it was my bypass.
Yeah.
What's it called? My unloader, excuse me. And they're like, nope, it's just your clogged tips. So I didn't have anything to unclog my tips. Like, oh, damn. I ended up buying a new surface cleaner. I bought a Whisper Wash because they had one there. I always wanted one. Anyway, so I went back the next day. We did the roof and the house. And then the day after that, I did the whole driveway. So it was like 3 days cumulatively, but it could have took 2 if my surface cleaner didn't do that.
That's what kills me about people, man, because I know people that make less than $3,000 a month at their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And you went out there in 3 days and made $3,000. And people will still go on there and be like, oh, you should have charged more. Bro. We're making money, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been on jobs, dude, where we thought we were going to be rolling. I mean, I've been on a job. I'm still not done with the job, but it's a friend of the family. And he's cool. But it was a huge property, man. We did the roof, the house, the driveway, a mile of fence, and 2 horse barns. And I've got one section of fence left that I've got to get the back off. I didn't go out there and look at it. I just quoted it through Google Earth. I quoted like $9,000, and he's like, "Cool, when can you start? No questions asked." Boom, we started. Well, I'm still not done with it because I should have went and looked at this vinyl fence because it had. I mean, I posted it, the dirtiest, nastiest.
Really?
That fence, dude, with the lichens.
So you should have charged more or what?
Bro, let me tell you.
9,000 seems like a good number for a lot of fence, and you said 2 barns.
2 months I've been working on that thing, man.
No way. How has it been that long?
Dude, watch the video I've got on how to clean filthy vinyl fence or lichen infested vinyl fence.
I think I've seen that. That fence did go a long way.
Dude, I nuked the whole fence and left it, didn't rinse it, just so that the lichens would die. And I still had to go back with a turbo nozzle.
Oh my goodness.
On the vinyl fence just to get it off, and it still left the orange organic stain behind.
You guys got some insane humidity /
Go look at the video, dude. It's
I don't understand that.
It was unreal. And I still had like this weird gray haze on the entire fence that would not come off with pressure. The only thing that I put everything on that thing, dude. You know, the only thing that would pull that gray, I don't know what it was. It was some kind of gray stain. The only thing that would pull it off was freaking LA's Totally Awesome from the dollar store, dude.
Of course, dude.
My wife went ahead of me with a pump sprayer and sprayed the whole fence. And I literally just came right behind it with a turbo nozzle, dude. And the only thing that is just taking so long is there was no water source out there by the fence. So we would have to go fill up our tank and then go work and run out and then go fill it up and go back. So it's just been a pain in the butt. But anyway. That's my biggest residential job was $9,000. Anyway, let's get here.
You're still working on completing it.
Working on it. And the guy even pulled up because he's a big business owner here in town. He pulled up. He's like, "Hey man, be honest with me, man. Did you charge me enough?" And this was over a month ago. I'm like, "Yeah, man. I think we'll be in the green. It's no big deal." And he's like, "All right, man. Cool." Still working on it. It's just because I'm having to get it when we're not doing baseball and all that. It's not that the job's just that complex. It's just that the time was complex.
Wow.
So anyway, let's see. We'll take a few more questions, guys. Oh, I don't know nothing about that one, bro.
Do stone roofs?
You talking about the slate roof? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, all you guys that are answering the questions that people are asking about downstreaming, using straight SH or 50-50 mix. I mean, appreciate you answering that question for us. It all depends on your downstream injector. If you've got a 10-to-1 and you pump straight bleach through that, I mean, it's going to be a 1%. It's just math, but you know, I don't know. That's why so many people are going to, when you're a downstream dude, man, if you want to, here, I'll let you work on that one, dude. It's just simple math on it. It all depends on your injector.
Yeah, I mean, you guys downstream SH or 50-50 mix? You know, funny story. Whenever I was first getting into this, I was trying to figure out how all that worked. I was deathly afraid of bleach, and so I would actually, you know, I had a 5-gallon bucket, and I started pouring only a gallon of bleach in that bucket, and then 5 gallons of water, and downstream through that. I tried seeing if it worked, didn't work, and then I constantly had to go back there and adjust it. But then I just figured out, you know, like you said, if you just know the math, right? If you know that straight bleach in a bucket, okay, then a 10-to-1 injector, 12.5 bleach divided by 10, you know, is 1.25. I'm sorry, the other way around, I believe. Oh, no, I had it right. And then so, okay, 1%, you know, so if you know the math, you know, you're confident that what you're using. But, you know, downstreaming will work most of the time unless you got like some stone work or some roofs or anything. So I almost find myself never having to soft wash, or when I say that, I mean, you know, using more than a downstream injector can pull on a house. I always downstream everything unless I need to. Then I got my soft wash system, and then I can blend it. Where I almost never use 50-50 on anything unless it's like a roof.
Yeah. Yep. I still don't know what to tell those people about the stone roofs. I haven't washed any. If you guys have, okay, there it is. It's like a river rock. Oh, I know what you're talking about. It actually looks like they put a rock flower bed on the roof. It's probably a flat roof too.
Interesting.
I don't know what to tell you on that one, man. I hate to not give you an answer, but I don't want to tell you the wrong thing.
What does one wizard said right here?
That's talking about the roof.
Okay,
That's not it.
that one above that one.
They were talking about the one with the rocks on the roof.
Okay.
One wizard. I got you. And if you're doing a house wash and have the windows on the roof,
Have windows on the roof.
One wizard.
Skylights.
Yeah, go to my Instagram, bro, and send me a message and send me some pictures. I got to see what you're talking about, man. I got to know. That's a new one on me, bro. F-Bomb says he's got an answer for that. Pre-wet the area and any windows first to cool them off, or it will flash oxide.
Yeah, I'm big on windows. If I got a helper, or even when I'm washing, if I'll wash the whole side of the house, but I won't go around the corner until I switch my injector to rinse, and I rinse off that window really quick. That way, because what I like to do is wash most of the house and come back and go where I started and rinse the whole thing. But as I'm washing, with soap along the house, I'll periodically I'll switch back to rinse mode, and I'll hit the window with just a little bit of water, that way. Because sometimes I might get distracted with the homeowner, or I end up get distracted on some other thing, and little do I know, I got soap sitting on the window, and it's like a clock, man. It's like the clock is ticking, man. Sometimes because the more you wait, it'll get harder and harder to rinse off. But as I'm washing along, I always rinse off the window, and then I come back where I started and I start rinsing the whole thing.
Right. Yeah, especially if you're spraying a roof mix, man. If the mix gets too hot and you get it on glass, man, you better wash it off.
You'll see it, man. You'll come around the corner, you're just like, oh my Lord, I'm gonna spray that with water. I hope it comes off. Sometimes you gotta get up there and squeegee it.
Alejandro Velez, without getting into numbers, how do y'all plan or budget and pay for taxes? The way I do mine is I use the profit first method. It's automatically 15% of everything we make goes straight to taxes, period. And I've got it in an account at the end of the year. If I don't need it, I roll that money over just in case my accountant was wrong, or I use it as a bonus if the taxes were right. If you've got a lot of kids, a lot of deductions that you can take out, then you don't have to do that quite as much. If you've got a good CPA, if you don't have a CPA, I highly recommend you get one.
Yep, I was just about to say that. Getting a good CPA and having them, a good CPA will analyze your stuff every other month or every month and say, hey, this is how much we did, this is how much you go over there, and every quarter, they should be keeping up with you. And just before the turnover of the year, they say, hey, Austin, this is our situation. What do we want to do? Do we want to pay taxes on this much? Do we want to get something? Do we want to purchase some things? Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. F-Bomb has a good comment there. Still helping out the guy with the rock roofs. Let's see. Kentucky Wash Pros. Are you filing taxes as an LLC single member or as an S corp? Right now, I'm an LLC single member. I think my CPA said not to bother with the S corp until we're making X amount of dollars per year. I don't remember what it was.
I believe I got that same advice too.
Let's see. Yeah, there's different ways to do your account stuff, man. I do the profit first. It's basically, I've got a whole video on it, man. You can YouTube profit first, and it's a good program. It helps. All right, guys. I'm gonna take what you think, man? About 3 or 4 more questions. You good with that?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna wrap it up.
All right, guys. Direct your questions towards Austin specifically. He's here. Let's hit him up. He's been in the business the same amount of time that I have. That's a good question. Here you go.
Yeah, I know. I like it. It is a good questions. Superpower. Ooh.
I would want to be able to read minds.
Probably be a fly.
Yeah, I want to read minds, man.
Read minds.
I'm just a nosy.
That would be a very good power. if you could leverage that power pretty easily. I bet.
Juan Wizard says he sent me a picture. I'm going to look at
I have
that.
150 signs coming in. I'm going to do 25 signs every Friday, and we'll see if I get any Karens or the city blowing up my phone. Well,
I quit doing yard signs.
yeah. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, you got when you buy these things, whatever the math comes out to, however much each one is, whether it's $1 or $2 or $3, you got to realize that those signs would be a very high chance that that sign is going to be there in the next 2 or 3 days. But that's why I talk about when I first started doing videos, is like where the placement of these signs is very, very important, because one, it's going to get taken down. If it's in a neighborhood, it's a pretty good chance of getting taken down. I always like putting yard signs in like HEBs or Home Depots, or places where there's gonna be a lot of people, because at the end of the day, it's all about how many people are going to see that sign in a particular day, and how many people are going to actually get the chance to actually read what's on the sign, not fly by the sign.
Yeah. My biggest thing is I'm out in the country, man. They still cut the sides of the roads with these big tractors and stuff.
Oh, nice.
And they'll chop them up. They don't care.
Oh yeah.
I've had people that they'll just take my signs up. I've got I had one sign up across from a Walmart, dude, and I got like a $3,000 roof cleaning job off of it. And
yep,
that's just it, man.
I think everyone has their good sign store. I think I had mine in an HEB, or we have HEBs at their grocery stores, but I had mine and I got a really big job off of it. And then ever since then, I was like, man, these yard signs might work.
Yeah. Let's see. Here you go, man. We just talked about this.
Just starting, we would recommend downstreaming or building a budget soft wash system. Well, you might need both, but I mean, the good news is they're both cheap. Downstreamer is like $40, and I think you can build your own soft wash system for, give or take $300 or $400 or $500. So, but I would get, if I were to pick, probably the downstreamer, because, in my opinion, it's just easier. But you're gonna need better ways of applying chemical at better strength. So, if it's not a soft wash system, it could be an X-Jet, or,
Yes, treat it like a snowball, guys. Start off as a little bitty tiny snowball. Clean what you can clean with that. Add to it when you get your money up. Become a bigger snowball, and then figure out how big of a snowball you want to be, and then that's where you need to stay. I mean, like we were talking earlier with whoever that was up at the top. I mean, start off just cleaning driveways and sidewalks, clean curves, go to bars and grills in town, and just tell them you'll clean off their outdoor smoking area for $50 to $75, and they'll probably want you to do it every week. I mean, you don't have to come out here and get a $25,000, $30,000 trailer set up right off the bat. Just start with something, and just start. And then as your money gets better and you get a little more confidence, because it'll also give you practice in talking to people. Just do that. I mean, it all depends on what you're going to wash.
I've always been gone along with the idea is you should grow with the business. Like, you shouldn't if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't have your equipment totally outgrowing you. I see so many skids and equipment on these Facebook groups that are like literally brand new. Yeah. They probably had 10 hours on it, and they probably figure out that they just can't justify that big of a purchase because their business isn't there yet. Or maybe they just figure out they don't even like what they're doing. They just want to get out of it. It's just like, man, like, figure out if you like what you're doing. Like, start in the beginning, because that way you get to really truly learn chemicals. Like, what if someone has no idea what they're doing, and they have a big skid, they have no idea what they're doing. Yep. And so it's just like, oh my goodness, like, if you have the money to do that from like previous career ventures and stuff, then I guess you can't really tell that guy what to do, but because he has the money to do it. But sometimes it's like, man, start small.
Yeah, I mean, that's like us, man. We went from the Northern Tool soft wash system, and then we got the Lumimax Pro skid, and we got it there. It was like trying to figure out ice skating for the first time. It was like, there's so many different things that move.
Yeah, I know. Now it's like second nature. But man, it feels so good to just upgrade, man. I just remember like not having those and getting them, like that progression. It almost makes me want to keep doing this, because like
it restarts the fire in you, man.
It does, dude.
When I bought my new truck, dude, I was just like, yeah, baby.
Yeah, man. Oh man, that's powerful stuff that people really should experience, man. Yeah. That's just my opinion. I like how that works.
Yeah, man. F-Bomb has a good point.
I've seen about 30 trailers and skids up for sale. Yeah.
Yep.
I I talked about that, man. It's just like yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Everybody keeps talking about this gutter cleaning, man. I want to tell you guys something because I looked for over a year and a half trying to figure out how to get tiger stripes off of gutters.
I did a $600 house washing day.
Yeah,
My mind.
that's a good day, man. Good, congratulations on that. Man, sorry to hear about your dad, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but $600, dude. I mean, that's awesome. But what you're talking about with the gutter cleaning, it just made me remember something I wanted to discuss with Austin because I don't know if he has to deal with it too. I've tried every gutter cleaning product that they make, and there's just some gutters that those tiger stripes will not come off of. I don't care what you do. And I could not find the answer, dude. And I was just scrolling YouTube, and I mean, the middle of the night one night, I was just I was hell bent determined that I was going to figure out how to get out those because they're just annoying. And I finally found a guy that actually does gutter work. Like he actually installs gutters, replaces gutters. And he went on there and he said, look, these gutters only have like a 5 or 6 year coating on them. In that time frame, a house washing mix or something like that would usually take those off, or a gutter cleaning product will take that off. He said, once that 5 or 6 year coating is gone, there's nothing you can do that's going to take it off. And I'm like, cool. So that goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning, setting those expectations before we even spray a drop of anything. I'm like, look, how old are your gutters? They're probably 10 years old. Okay, well, there's a good chance that those stripes are not going to come off. And they're like, oh, I know. They probably need to be replaced anyway. So anyway,
Yeah.
Had to bring it up because I saw gutter cleaning. It made me think about it. Let's see. Kentucky Wash Pros. Am I going to the huge convention? No. I would love to, but I hate to drive and I'm not flying. So
I don't know. I don't even know what he's talking about. What convention?
the huge convention. That's what it's called. The huge convention.
Oh, the huge convention. Okay.
It's nothing but like pressure washing. That's a big, awesome convention. The last one was in Atlanta last year. I got invited, all expenses paid. I just couldn't make the trip.
Where is it at this time?
Nashville, Tennessee. I mean, I would love to go because I would love to be able to sit with you guys and chit chat and just network with you guys. But I mean, I'm telling you, I have been traveling my entire life and I hate to travel. I cannot stand it.
Really? Oh, man.
Dude, I have been on the road since I was 8 years old. My dad was a nuclear contractor. We moved every year, new state, new something. Then I got out, joined the military, traveled some more, got out, went to work on the road doing nuclear plant shutdowns and all kinds of stuff, played music, traveled all around doing that. I've just been nonstop my whole life.
Wow.
And now I mean, 3-hour ride, I'm just like, God, I hate this. I hate to travel. I can't stand it. Anyway, let's see here. We'll take a couple more real quick. Kentucky Wash Pros. Again, bro, I mean, if you've used that and it works 100% of the time, please let me know. Because I've got the exact same product. It's just not Cleansol. It's actually Pro Cleanse BC from a local distributor down here, but it's the same product. Yeah, I haven't seen anything yet that'll take it off 100% of the time. And if I'm wrong, I am wrong.
You know, and I've had customers talk to me about those tiger stripes. Very few, actually. And it seems to be the more I look at, the more I watch a lot of other guys on YouTube, their videos, you know, mostly being around your area in the East Coast. They have to deal with that issue. I very rarely honestly see that. And when I do see that and the customer does point it out, it's like, hey, you know what, man, that's going to be a completely different process. You know, I'm here to do organics. You know, what I said in the estimate.
Restoration stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And I use that too. Like, you just nailed it right there. Like, I'm here to do, you know, cleaning. This is more of a restoration type stuff. It's going to be a completely different process. And when I say completely different process, they're like, oh, okay, that's going to be something, you know, something different. That's not what we're here to do. And that usually takes care of it. But like I said, you know, like I love sticking with what I'm doing, like my roof washing, my house washing, and you know, it'd be nice if I can learn how to do like some red clay removal and some rust stuff, get better at that because we do have a lot. But that's probably the only thing I can probably capitalize
That
on.
rust remover I use from powerwash.com is awesome. I've used the F9. It's good.
Really? So the one which one is yours?
It's just rust remover from powerwash.com.
Really?
That's what it's called. It works awesome, dude. I mean, like awesome. All right, so here we go.
Okay.
F-bomb says gutter butter and Cleansol BC. You mix them together, and it cleans it 99.9% of the time. It removes I'm gonna have to try it now, bro. I mean, I can't stand that you did that to me, bro.
I got a question for you, Scott.
Yeah.
Do you have you maybe some of the guys in the comments that can attest? Have you guys experienced? I'm sure everyone's experienced it, but getting like when it's a windy day or just a normal day, you're getting your house washed and you just get bleached out. It just lands all over you, and you can just almost I don't know how to describe it. You can almost feel like a chemical imbalance in your body after a whole day. You just feel like your skin's like dry. I don't know what it's called. It might be like a little bit of bleach like sickness or like the bleach effect, but I know it's dangerous, and I have got to come up with a way to. I didn't prioritize this when I was starting. I didn't care, but I'm sure you can with what you've been through. It's just like, dude, we have got to take better care of how we are.
I saw a TikTok video, and there was a science teacher in there, and he actually had 3 cups of water, and they had gotten drinking water out of the faucet in the hallway. They got water out of the sink, and or 2 things of water out of the sink, and they had one of the students put their hands inside of it. And then after a few minutes, he actually tested it, and the drinking water had chlorine in it, and the tap water had chlorine in it. But the cup that the student had her hand in had no chlorine in it. Tell me why?
Why?
Because it absorbed into her body.
Oh wow!
Chlorine. That's why we wear gloves, because chlorine liquid bleach products absorb. I think it was like 6 times faster. It absorbs 6 times faster through your skin than it does if you drink it.
Oh my goodness, man!
So that's why it's so dangerous if you get the chlorine too high in your pool. So since I saw that video, I'm just like, yep, let me just, and we all get that, dude. The only issue that I have from time to time was when we get just, that one gust of wind. It's just like, you know, it gets all in your mouth and in your ears. It's mainly it blurs my vision. That's the only thing Trent gets really bad headaches from it. But
And man, it's just really not really not good, man. I've actually had an experience where I was doing a roof wash and I had my goggles on too, but my glasses, one single droplet got in between my shade and then the top of my eye landed directly in my eye, and it was the worst pain I've ever felt. It was straight 6%, and I was washing out my eye the whole day. And even I'll go to my chemical plant where I get my chemicals, and sometimes the guys that are filling up my tank accidentally get some on themselves. I'm like, whoa, you want to wash that off? I'm like, oh no, it's all right, it's just Clorox. I'm like, dude,
that is not Clorox,
dude. I mean, like this stuff.
That's about 4 times more stronger than a Clorox.
Yeah, this stuff can have long-term effects on us. And it's really important that we gotta cover up. Like we've just got to start taking better care of ourselves.
Yeah. That's me. Like I remember when I first started, like back when we were pre-treating concrete and stuff, I'd be out there barefooted because it's hot. I'm just walking around in bleach water.
Yeah.
But I mean, now I've gotten now that I put my respirator. If I can smell bleach, I put my respirator on. I've just gotten bad about it because especially like with the wind, you're not just smelling a smell. You're actually breathing in bleach mist into your lungs. And I've started just putting my respirator on. We wear glasses every time. Only time I really had a really hot mix get in my eyes, I was actually looking down because we had already we got finished with the roof. And I think next time we're going to start from the bottom up. We'll do the house wash first, then the roof. But we did the roof first, and I was walking up on the porch. I was looking down at the steps or something, and a drop fell and hit like the corner right here.
God.
And splashed. Oh man, that's a whole different type of burn. I've had pepper spray and everything, but that's some bad burning right there, man. It's we haven't had any like skin burns or anything, man, but we've definitely had it all over us, man. It's been so bad before that I've had Trent we would take our hoodies and shirts off and stuff and leave them in the back of the truck because we were just so strong in the truck.
Yeah, and then you go home, take a shower, and then you shower, and then you can almost feel it. Like it touches your mouth, you can almost you can taste the salt, man. Like it's not good. I need. Oh man.
Yep. That's what I mean. You gotta wear your protective stuff, guys. Wear the right clothing.
And when you're just getting started in it, you have a day or two, and you don't think like a big deal. I swear, over the years of doing it, you will see the effects of it. I see people in my Facebook group that are like in their 40s and 50s, and they've been doing this for 5-10 years, and they always attest to it, dude. Like they swear by it.
But I mean, it's one thing to protect your skin, man, but to protect your lungs, I mean, because I mean, one of the worst days that I had as far as breathing it in, we were actually done with that college job, and Trent had already come off the roof, and we were just rinsing the pump out. And it was a hot day. We'd already rolled everything up except the pump. We were flushing that line out, but we were flushing it out right there on the concrete, and the concrete was hot. And as I went to back the trailer up, I had my window down, and just where he had rinsed it out, all them fumes came up and got in the truck with me, bro. And I'm gonna tell you what, I didn't feel too good for a couple of hours. It's like one of the most corrosive substances on earth, and we're just spraying it all over. It's like, yeah, come on, yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Let's see here. I'll take one more question, and we're gonna get off here, man. We're at almost 2 hours in, bro. We've been running our mouths in here tonight.
Yeah.
Let's see. F bomb says, "Don't mix the two, one or the other." Gutter butter didn't touch anything that I did. I'm telling you, on the gutters, it did not touch.
I would not. Oh my! I have a really bad experience where I had some somehow or way. I actually had some F9 bark get in the bottom of one of my old bleach tanks. A little bit. I'm talking less than a cup. I got in one of those tanks, and I said, "Oh, no, it's not a big deal." I went to my chemical warehouse, and they started filling bleach up, and we were all sitting on the bed of my truck. And then all of a sudden, me and the guy filling it up, like, what is going on? And then it just, the smell overwhelmed the whole thing. And then the guy, one of the chemical supervisors, like, "Everyone back off the truck." And then I got yelled at. He was like, "Austin, what was in that tank?" And I said, "Oh, it might have been this." And then he was like, "Austin, we just created mustard gas."
Yeah.
There's a whole tank of it. And then so he had this guy in like a whole hazmat suit go in there and seal it, and they forklifted it off and they removed it for me. And it's just like, dude, you really gotta pay attention to what you're mixing. And I don't know.
When we first started, we had that Northern Tool system, and we had the F9 bark, and we had some soap that we were buying from a local company. Same color, same jugs. I mean, it was identical. So we were like 95% done with the roof that we were doing. I sent Trent back to the trailer. I said, "Hey man, go get me some soap." He comes back. We're sitting there just talking. He hands it to me, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Cool, yeah." And I just went to pouring it in there. Next thing I do, it looks like a science project coming up out of that thing. I'm like, "What is that?" And I looked. I'm like, "Oh crap!" So I sealed it, and I told Trent, I was like, "Grab that thing." And we had our respirators on, thankfully, but he just grabbed it and took off out towards the tree line with it and dumped it over. And I mean, it was like. So we just constantly, I got goosebumps thinking it was scary, bro. So we went ahead and just started flooding it with a water hose.
I think I remember you talking about that.
Dude, it's one of my first videos. It says we're almost died. But
I mean, the smell I remember from it was like, it was so bad. If someone really got a good whiff of this, I know it would have made them pass out.
I'm telling you, it's bad. Not only that, if you guys ride around with like bleach mixes and stuff in your tanks, a lot of times when you take the lid off and you take it off, you can actually watch it it looks like dry ice.
Yeah.
Out. It's just, man, it's crazy, man. Let me answer this question for Christoph. Again, with me with the extra, I guess it's like with soft wash rig or downstream, I'll have to figure out proportion bleach water. How? I've got a video, if you'll go back about a year ago, man, it's called bleach mixing ratios, dude, and it explains every bit of that. Austin may have one that's the same. And it's,
yeah, it's a backsmith formula ratio.
Yeah, it's in a nutshell, dude. It's like this. Okay, if this is let me see. If this is a tank, let me back it up. If this is 12.5, if this is completely full of 12.5% SH or 10% SH, we'll go 10% just for mathematical purposes. If it's completely full of SH, 10%, okay, and I dilute it, and let's just say some of it's gone, and I dilute it down. If half of it's full of SH and half of it is water, and it was a 10% SH, it's now at 5%. You cut it in half. Okay. So then if you get half of that again, so if you got, I mean, you got to watch the video. I may be throwing you off, but if half of it is 10%, half of it is water, it is now a 5% because you diluted it. If you dilute it, if you've got this much SH in here, doesn't matter if this is a 5,000 gallon tank. If you've only got this amount of SH in here and the rest is water, you now cut a half in half. So now you've got 2.5% SH, and you just keep cutting it in half, and you'll figure out how you got it. It works all the way up to your
your mixing valves and everything when you get a blend system. Is you figure out where you're at. If you've got 12.5%, you cut it in half. You've got 6.25%, and if you cut it in half again, you got 3.1 whatever. And it's just that simple. You don't have to really overthink it.
Yeah, it's not that. It's pretty simple, and like I think that's pretty important. Is knowing what you're shooting. Almost like it can be pretty. I mean, that goes into knowing what you're doing, but like knowing what you're doing and knowing what you're shooting is very, like, it's crucial, because I've seen some short videos like from Mike and some other guys like that my guy shot a roof or he washed a house. Little did he know it was 6%. It's like,
Right.
dude, that's a mistake that just absolutely cannot happen.
Yeah.
And you burn plants and that. And I was like, man, you really got to know what you're shooting, and then
Yeah.
also know what you're doing.
Also know, always when you go and get your tanks filled up, ask the people you're buying it from, when's the last time the tank was filled?
Yeah.
If you go and you pick it up the day they delivered the SH to the company, it's probably 15%. It's probably hot. We had a guy from South Africa that gets on here. He said he can buy it in bulk for $2 a gallon at like 40% SH. I'm like, Jesus.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that existed.
That's in South Africa.
Oh man, this thing.
Anyway, all right, guys. Anything you want to tell the folks, man? If you're still on, don't figure it out. If you haven't figured it out, that's Austin Davis, man. Check his channel out. I want to know how many subscribers you got from us tonight, man. Laura Heisen, what's up? There's that Laura lady.
Is that who that one girl was? Whenever
y'all were competing on the appreciate it.
Hey Laura, I have a really good friend named Laura. I'll finish.
I think that profile picture is there's a girl that looks like that's on the a home improvement channel or something that does like carpentry work. I don't think that's a real person. Appreciate it. That's Austin, everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Austin, you want to tell everybody anything before we leave, brother?
No, man, I really appreciate all you guys that staying tuned in. Those of you guys that have been watching my stuff, hopefully we can both continue to keep on putting content out there. Stay entertaining, and hopefully we can cut the learning curve for a lot of you guys.
Just maintain your hair.
Maintain the hair, and I've also been getting a lot of comments saying that everyone's going through a slow June. I think for the most part, everyone's having a little bit of a slow June. I think that has to do with families going. People get done with school, families go on vacation, they're not around the house, they get back from vacation, now it's the middle of the summer. Around July, I usually get a lot. Actually, July, the last 3 years have been my busiest months, and June has always been a slow month.
Last year after Corona, dude, June, we did 3 houses. And
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
Several friends of mine in the industry are feeling it right now, but this has actually been one of our busiest months. It's crazy. But June, I mean, guys, you like clockwork, you can kind of predict that it's going to be slower. That's just one of those things. So anyway, Laura says she's a roofer, not a carpenter.
All right, Laura.
All right, Wild West, I see you, buddy. F-bomb, appreciate you stopping by. All right, bro.
Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, man, I'll see you. I'm going to end this broadcast, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to everybody's channel. God bless you guys.